everyone, this is Sarah. Welcome to my kitchen. On today's recipe is Afghan cuisine. The name is Shol-e-Ghorbandi. What that is an Afghan sticky rice that's cooked in a red meat gravy sauce. So let's take a look at the recipe for Shol-e-Ghorbandi. Let's go to the ingredients. For the Shol-e-Ghorbandi, what I have here is red meat. This is veal. You can also choose to have veal with bone in. I have boneless and cut them into small pieces, about half a pound of veal. We need some onions. I'm using 3 medium onions. I'm also using tomato paste. You can choose to have fresh tomato, but you need about 6 to 8 fresh tomatoes, small size. I'm using about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. And I have sticky rice, about 1.5 cup of sticky rice. I have already soaked it into warm water for a few hours, and I drained the water because I'm getting ready to cook this. And here's about 1 cup of mung green whole lentils, about 1 cup, also soaked in the water for a few hours. And chickpeas is optional. I'm using half a can of chickpeas. And for the spices here, I'm using red chili powder. You can also use fresh green chili if you like. And this is dehydrated dry dill, some salt, and turmeric powder. If you have your own spices, you can use that as well. So let's go into making of this. I'll be using pressure cooker to make the meat gravy, which is the korma. I have my heat a little bit over medium. I'll be adding about 6 to 8 tablespoons of oil. Add onions. In this other pot, I have the water come to a boil. Once it comes to boiling, add the green whole mung lentils. Once your onion gets nice and brown, add the garlic. Once you stir the garlic with the onions for about 1.5 minutes, add about 5 to 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. At this point, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Add the meat. At this point, when you mix the meat with all the gravy and the sauce here, I'm going to add about 1 cup of water. On a medium heat, I'm going to pressure cook this for about 10 to 12 whistles, or until your meat gets tender, so about good 15 to 20 minutes. The green whole mung lentils are almost ready now. They're halfway cooked. I'm gonna leave it to this. The reason I'm making this separately, because this takes longer to cook than the rice. So just so you guys know. After a good 12 to 10 whistles, the meat is ready now. It is tender, so you can we go to the next step. At this point, I have transferred it to another pot because I have to cook the rice. What I'm gonna do now is take all the meat out. In this gravy sauce, I'm going to add the rice. Add the green lentils. At this point, you want to check taste for the salt. If there's not enough salt, make sure you do add. So I'm adding a little bit more salt. I'm adding also the red chili powder. I forgot to mention the black pepper. So if you do have some black pepper powder, please add that. Add about 2 cups of water. Bring this to a boil until the rice gets nice and tender. It's been 6 minutes for this that you can see the water has absorbed. I'm going to add 1 more cup of water to this, as well as the dry dehydrated dill and the chickpeas. Now give it a good mix. Add the meat back on the top. Now you're going to cover the top and let this get simmer for about another 15 minutes, or until you know that the rice is really soft. Do not hesitate if you need to add any more water, and your heat needs to be on a low. About 15 minutes. Now the Shol-e-Ghorbandi is ready. It's ready to be served. Here is our Afghan Shol-e-Ghorbandi. You may serve this with any type of your choice of salad, chutney, or any pickles. I hope you guys do get a chance to try this wonderful, easy recipe. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.